Hello everyone, this is Taryn with Wonderfully Made Handcrafting, and today I'm working on day 3 of By the Will for God's Behold the Lord devotional, and I am in John chapter 4 today, talking about worshiping in spirit and truth. This chapter goes over the woman of Samaria and how she's at the well. Jesus comes and asks for a drink, and there's kind of this back and forth between them. He asks her to go call her husband. She says, I have no husband. He says, you're right, you've had 5, and the man you're with right now is not your husband. And so then she kind of realizes who he is, and she's talking about how she says, our fathers worshipped on this mountain, but you say that in Jerusalem is the place where people ought to worship. Jesus said to her, woman, believe me, the hour is coming when neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem will you worship the Father. You worship what you do not know. We worship what we know, for salvation is from the Jews. But the hour is coming and is now here when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father is seeking such people to worship him. God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth. And so we talk about, well, what does that mean? What does in spirit and truth mean? Sorry, I didn't mean to just read that chunk, but I just thought it was important. And so when I was doing some more research in this, I really liked David Guzik's commentary on it. And he says that spirit is concerned with spiritual realities, not so much with places or outward sacrifices, cleansings, and trappings. And then when we talk about worshiping in truth, we worship according to the whole counsel of God's word, especially in light of the New Testament revelation. So that's the kind of notes I have on this page. I'll take this little piece of paper and bring that to my typewriter and write those 2 definitions out from David Guzik. And now I'm going to bring in some other elements from this kit. I really liked this little boy with the puppy, just because we are supposed to come to God as a child. And so I thought that was a cool little thing to put on this page, and just because it's cute. So I have this coral. I did split up one of the coral pieces because I wanted a grouping of 3 of that same color. And I also have these vellum greenery pieces that I batched beforehand. And so I can just pick them out whenever I need them. But I liked these pieces because I picked the ones that if I push them far enough in behind that scenery piece, then they kind of look like coral themselves. And so that is why I decided to do that. This is that Finnabair texture paste in white sand. And so I'm putting that on the sand section of this. I just love having this little scene behind the boy and dog. It just really makes everything pop, and it makes it look like the boy and dog have some sort of placement. So now I can start putting together this cluster, and I'm going to start with the 3 blue coral pieces. Those are kind of my statement pieces for the edges of this cluster, so I'll put them there first, and then I'm going to add those white vellum greenery pieces, or coral pieces as I want them to look like, and we will add those around the edges of the cluster as well. However, when I do this, I know it just kind of sticks out at you that there are 3 separate sections, and I'm not liking that. So I decided to come in with some mummy cloth, and I will add that into the sides where the coral isn't. So it kind of fills it in and makes it look more like one whole piece with a lot of texture. But first off, I'm going to add some foam dots to the back side of this boy and puppy. I definitely want them to stand out against that background. I don't mind chunk in my Bible. I actually prefer it. So the more chunk, the better. Usually I get about 50 pages in each interleave Bible. It usually lasts me around a year, and that's okay with me just because I like that. And so I'm going to continue doing that until I don't. So if you don't like chunk, definitely the foam dots are a no-go for you, but they are great for me. So here you see me adding that mummy cloth from Holtz. However, you could just use unbleached cheesecloth as well. I'm going to add it to 3 sides. I would have added it to 4, but you don't really see a difference because so much going on with the coral on the right hand side and the little boy and his dog. So I don't really need it to add it to that side. So I'm just going to add it to those 3 sides right there. And then I want to add a little bit more fabric from the fabric strip pack. So I have a little piece of this light blue with brown that I'm going to add to the bottom right hand corner. I'm going to staple that down. It seems like the easiest way right now. And then I realized that I covered up a lot of the sand texture paste. And so I decided to trim off the top area so you can see that poking out behind the boy and puppy. And then I'm going to glue this down before I do anything else. So I'll use my Barely Arts glue to glue this all down. And then I'm going to come to the upper left-hand corner and add some fabric over there as well. And that is going to have 2 enamel tags that I previously created. I went to a retreat a couple weekends ago and wanted a lot of projects to just batch. And so I created these enamel tags. This was totally inspired by Crafty by Toni. She has this process video of creating these tags. And basically they're just faux enamel tags where you use clear embossing powder on top of what you stamp, and then at the very end, after doing 2 layers of clear embossing powder, then you layer 1 layer of lost shadow embossing glaze, and it gives that really nice aged look. And then, you know, adding some distressing around the edges always works. So I'm going to put this page in. We are almost completed here, and I will use the scrapbook.com's version of score tape, add that to my page, and then place that paper down, and then we will be all set. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me over on Instagram at Wonderfully Made Handcrafting. I'll try to link everything I use down below in the description, and I hope you have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.